G987 FM, the way we groove. This is the Enforcers, and we have on the air one of the most recognizable voices in soca, a jack of all trades who has run Road March, singer, songwriter, dynamic performer, producer, even a radio presenter, representing the beautiful Twin Isle Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, MXprime. Welcome to the Soca Groove.
Hey, my brother, how things?
Good, man. Good, man. Good to see you. So let's take our listeners back to the Magadan days. How did you get started as a soca artist?
Well, to be honest with you, I started doing dancehall music from the age of 13 or 14.
Wow.
I was able to fulfill one of my goals, which was to go to Jamaica and record with a dancehall label at the age of 18. That was in 1997.
Wow, okay.
And I had all dreams and aspirations of remaining in Jamaica.
Yes.
The reality set in back in those days. It wasn't like this. We couldn't be talking on Zoom, on FaceTime.
Yes.
The internet wasn't, something that used these sort of formats.
Right.
So I was a bit challenged to go there and stay. I wanted to pursue the career, but I felt that I would have been like missing home.
Yeah.
And it was too big of a challenge for me at that age, at the age of 18, where most kids, young people just partying, enjoying themselves, trying to figure out who they want to be.
Yes.
And, I'm an overthinker. I was just having a discussion with our producers that I think things through to the point that sometimes I think myself out of making the right decision.
I hear you.
Or the hard decision. So I decided to not go back to Jamaica, and I met KMC a year earlier.
Yeah.
At the age of 17 at Amar Studio, which is one of the biggest studios in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah.
Let alone in the Caribbean, Some of the great acts of the day, like Teddy Riley and Tony Tone and all these people used to come down and record at Caribbean Sound Basin. There I met Shal as well. And Shal met me, God rest his soul, as a dancehall artist.
Yeah.
And I also learned to do MCing with him at parties.
Nice.
Because he used to baptize artists by fire. He used to put them in a real life scenario. He would run a rhythm and say, hey, let me hear you.
Yes.
And we became so good at that time, he carried me to a party in Club Coconuts and said, I want you to be the mic man for me at the event. So I learned to do all these different things because I just believe that music is something that I wanted to pursue. Entertainment was something I wanted to do in all spheres. Hence the reason when people say to me that I'm only a soca artist,
right,
it kind of grinds my gears because at the end of the day, that's not what I'm showing you guys.
Right.
Because you just said a jack of all trades, a radio presenter.
Yes.
I'm actually one of the few voices in Trinidad or in the Western Hemisphere that does DJ drops, all these jingles and all these different things, party commercials.
Yeah.
I kind of full up a lot of spots on the start sheet, so to speak.
Yes.
So when people try to, they will identify, people will identify with whatever they want to identify with, which draws them closer to you.
Right.
So, to me, I say I'm an artist. I've developed myself into a full-fledged artist.
Yeah.
And soca is one of the things that I enjoy doing.
Yes.
I started it in the year 1998, 99.
Yeah.
Dennis Belfort put me on a track. Third Base put me on a track to just to do features.
Yes.
And, KMC said to me, bro, you could do what you're doing just on these soca beats and we could revolutionize the game.
Yes.
And at the time, Bunji Garlin, he was an 18-year-old and we used to be opening reggae shows in Trinidad and Tobago, hip-hop shows, R&B shows.
Yes.
And we weren't doing soca.
Right.
Right? And when we started to do it, a lot of young people start gravitating to it a little bit more because they actually saw themselves, representatives of themselves. And when it started, it was really, really nice, because some of the elders, contrary to what some may think, welcomed us with open arms,
Yes.
You know, people like the Roy Capes, the bands like Traffic,
Yeah.
Surface at the time, Atlantic, Ecstatic, you know, as well,
Yeah.
because they were the only youngish band out, even though with Marshall's wealth of experience,
Yeah.
he was still a young cat in the game. So, you know, it went well, and it has been rewarding.
Yes.
It's been a journey where, you know, it's been ups and downs, much like life.
Right.
But, you know, being in the entertainment fraternity, especially when it involves soca, has taught me a lot of things. I've seen a lot of places in the world.
Yeah.
I've been able to represent, you know, places like China. I
Yeah.
went to the World Cup in Germany.
Yes.
You know, go Soca Warriors, always and forever.
Yes.
So, you know, for the 23, 24 years I've been doing it,
Yeah.
I always tell people, you get what you work for, not
Yes.
what you wish for.
Yes.
So, you know what we do? We must put in the work, and at some point in time, it will be reciprocal.
Yes. So you're touching on it a bit, but I wanted to get into the evolution of MXprime. So, you know, there's been Magadan, there's been Maximus Dan, and now MXprime. Do those phases just represent wanting to kind of reinvent yourself, or do they represent like big milestones as far as a change in the shift of your career?
Well, it's a bit of both,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, when I started off as Magadan, I was 15 years old,
Yes.
living in Carenage.
Yeah.
You know, any reggae beat, every dancehall beat that we hear, we want to jump on it. At
Yes.
a community event on the basketball court, even little competitions. There I met people like Ziggy Ranks, you know, from early back then.
Yes.
And that was at a time, you know, people see the physical changes and they attribute the names to the physical change, but they don't think about the spiritual change.
Yes. Yes.
That part is really important,
Yeah.
you know. So that spiritual change that I underwent in the year 2000 when I came to Toronto,
Yeah.
for one day changed my life. 1 second could change your life.
Yeah.
But that one day, it was just an event I was doing. I think it was for Ian Wilshire.
Yeah.
And the next day, I still go back home.
Yes.
And I said, okay, let's go and watch a movie. And my manager at the time, Simon Batiste, he took me to see The Gladiator.
Yeah.
And when I walked out of that cinema,
Yes.
that theater,
Yeah.
I wasn't Magadan, I was Maximus Dan.
Wow.
One day changed my whole perspective because of what the movie spoke about, you know. To win your freedom, sometimes you have to lose your life or you lose something important.
Yes.
And the meaning of Maximus was greatness or greatest.
Yes.
Right? That is the Latin word. Just like we say maximum is Maximus
yes.
in Latin, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
So I saw the movie and it impacted me on a personal level because so many things, you know, sometimes while people are being entertained, they don't know serious things happening to you in your life.
Yes.
And while in the Coliseum, they're battling for their life. People cheering on.
Yes.
People are going to lose their lives, but people are being entertained. And sometimes in this business, right, sometimes you're left with nothing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And for some, the audience is good enough. But for me, it's not just the audience, it's my legacy.
Yes.
Even at that age of 21, I already knew that I couldn't just be doing music for music's sake.
Yeah.
I had to be doing music with a purpose, you know, because at that time you don't even think that you're gonna have children. You don't even think where your career is going. You're just glad to be around, you know.
Yeah. Yes.
For most, you know, you're just glad that you're jumping on a plane and you're going somewhere and you're gonna see a different place and having a time. But
yeah.
I always used to think further down the road, and thank God for that. Thank God for my mom and my pops for always instilling those values, the community that I grow, because I can't just attribute my character or, you know, give thanks to them. I have to say thank you to the people that I grew up with, who kept me grounded, kept me focused, who will call me out on foolishness when I'm being foolish, you know, and would also praise me when I do something good. So
yes.
that was a significant catalyst seeing the movie for that change.
Yeah.
And from then on, a lot of blessings came my way.
Yeah.
Because as Maximus done, a lot of great music came out.
Absolutely.
Especially the genre of soca.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
The list is long, the history is there.
Yes.
And even as people celebrate that history, to me, it's just history.
Right.
Because as I walk off a stage, is to walk on another stage.
Yes.
So people used to think that, and they still do that, you know, that I am so quick to get rid of the past, so forget the past, you know. It's not because of that. It's because my mind is always going.
Yes.
I'm always trying to get better at what I do.
Yes.
But how can I keep on moving? How can I keep on evolving? How can I keep on searching?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not searching to please you. I'm searching for myself.
Yes. Yes.
So it may not be something that you agree with or something like that you like, but it's 100% me.
Yes.
And that is the greatness of us as individuals.
Yeah.
We are originals.
Yes.
You may look like your dad, you may have something for your mom, but you are you.
Yes. Yes.
And one must strive to be 100% yourself when the day comes.
Yes.
No matter what influences you have, because you're going to have a few, some may have many. Some may be confused as to who they are.
Yes.
But life is a journey, and along that journey, one must continue to always try to search and seek and find out who you are before you try to figure out who this person is, who the neighbor is, who your brother is.
Yeah.
You need to find out who you are when you are coming of age, when you get to that age of reasoning.
Yeah.
Right? And you start to discover yourself in your adolescent age. You need to try to figure out, it's a constant battle. Some people get to the age of 50 and still don't know who they are.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Some people still going to school at the age of 50, and you say, my gosh, you got all the degrees already. Why are you going back to school? I'm going back to school because that's my passion.
Yeah.
I want to attain, I want to reach this goal. I want to get this. That's just me. I have an appetite to be successful. I have an appetite to be bold, to be brave, to explore.
Yes. It's important.
Just
it
like
is very
when we were kids.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can't fight that natural instinct in you. My natural instinct is to always keep going, always keep creating, always keep challenging myself. So you can't hold me to the same dreams and aspirations as another artist.
Right. Yeah.
That's just my take.
I hear that. Thank you for sharing that.